In May 1962, a municipal landfill permit sat on a wooden table in Centralia, but an unseen underground spark turned it into a multi-generational furnace. Why did it spread? Local mine inspector Thomas Fowler warned the council that dumping trash into an abandoned pit would expose coal veins to catastrophic surface sparks. In June 1962, the underlying anthracite coal seams began to smoulder, initiating a toxic subterranean slow burn that eventually triggered total municipal condemnation. Centralia operated via a strict mechanism where independent miners leased subterranean plots from the powerful Lehigh Valley Coal Company for monthly revenue. Thomas Fowler relied on daily tonnage logs from the local Buck Mountain vein to calculate accurate payroll cycles for hundreds of households. The local commerce infrastructure thrived because the Reading Railroad maintained tight freight schedules, moving premium hard coal directly to Eastern Steel foundries. Miners invested their hard-earned cash directly into brick storefronts along Locust Avenue, treating high anthracite demand as permanent validation of their future. The Borough Council committed a fatal behavioural blunder by using an old excavation site near the Oddfellow Cemetery for garbage storage. When volunteers ignited the dump pile before Memorial Day, the fire quickly found an unsealed opening leading directly into abandoned mine tunnels. Thomas Fowler detected the first major mechanism strain when gas indicators inside the low-level drainage tunnels showed rising carbon monoxide concentrations. Borough officials chose to hide the subterranean gas readings, fearing that state intervention would shut down profitable coal mining production operations. Instead of deploying heavy rock-dusting equipment to choke the flame, the council spent weeks pouring municipal water directly into the dump. By July, the fire outran the surface water lines, travelling deep into the highly interconnected maze of the ancient coal workings. The State Mines Department allocated a small emergency budget of just $20,000, an amount completely useless against a mountain fire. A private contractor attempted to dig a deep isolation trench, but encountered massive underground rock shelves that quickly destroyed his drill bits. Thomas Fowler risked his personal life savings by purchasing additional digging gear, determined to locate the exact edge of the blaze. The point of no return hit on the 9th of August 1962, when the state excavation crew abruptly abandoned the unfinished isolation barrier. The open excavation trench acted as a giant draft chimney, sucking atmospheric oxygen deep into the veins and supercharging the subterranean core. The operating mechanism failed entirely when lethal carbon monoxide forced the permanent sealing of the Centralia Coal Company's main production shaft. Thomas Fowler found his commercial property value completely frozen because local lending institutions refused to accept Centralia deeds as viable collateral. A second hook shattered local confidence when gas station owner John Coddington lowered a measuring line into his commercial fuel reservoir. The thermometer recorded a staggering 172 degrees Fahrenheit inside the petroleum tank, creating an immediate widespread blast threat. John Coddington immediately drained his underground tanks and padlocked his service station, marking the first definitive loss of a downtown landmark. The financial ruin escalated into deep social death when the Centralia High School building was shut down due to invisible gas infiltration. Thomas Fowler refused to relocate, doubling down on his investment by constructing an extensive backyard exhaust system to vent gas away. In February 1981, 12-year-old Todd Domboski walked through a residential yard when a hot mud fissure opened directly beneath his feet. The child clung desperately to an exposed tree root until his cousin pulled him from the smoking 150-foot deep pit. A safety technician lowered an analytical probe into the Domboski cavity, revealing a lethal mixture of carbon monoxide and raw sulfur dioxide. The near-fatal accident triggered a complete midpoint reset, forcing federal authorities to admit that the entire town surface was structurally unstable. The United States Congress intervened in 1983, passing a special emergency allocation of $42 million for total population buyout. The buyout program created a painful, visible countdown, with relocation officers spray painting red termination marks on designated family residences. Thomas Fowler faced an agonizing personal choice: holding his deed while an armor-plated bulldozer demolished his neighbor's brick duplex. Fowler surrendered his house keys to the state agent, watching his family heritage turn into shattered brick rubble within minutes. The historic St. Ignatius Roman Catholic Church on the hill was forced to hold its final solemn liturgy for remaining families. The parish priest packed the sacred gold vessels into a shipping crate, permanently abandoning the structure to the encroaching sulfur plume. In 1992, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania officially executed eminent domain, legally condemning all remaining real estate parcels within borough lines. Demolition crews systematically ripped out the underground municipal water main pipelines, ensuring that no future construction could ever survive here. A tiny enclave of 10 stubborn residents refused the federal payout checks, launching a prolonged lawsuit against the state government. Resident Helen Wozni maintained her household near the fire zone, tending her garden while grey vapours emerged from her lawn soil. State transit workers erected steel barricades across State Route 61, routing all regional traffic away from the fracturing highway asphalt. The abandoned highway segment became known as the Graffiti Highway, covered in thousands of paint layers by generations of transient visitors. Yet beneath the bright graffiti layers, the earth kept steaming, venting the relentless carbon monoxide of the unquenchable Buck Mountain seam. The United States Postal Service permanently revoked the 17927 zip code, erasing Centralia from all official domestic mail routing systems. In 2013, a final state settlement permitted the remaining 7 elderly holdouts to live out their natural lives inside their properties. The original municipal landfill permit from May 1962 remains the definitive archive, demonstrating how a minor town cleanup destroyed an entire community. Modern communities constantly repeat this behavioral failure, ignoring early systemic warnings because addressing the underlying risk seems temporarily too expensive. Today, that original 1962 municipal landfill permit is completely blackened and charred, matching the unstoppable subterranean furnace burning under the earth. Did Centralia collapse because the natural resource failed, or because people refused to leave when the visible evidence changed?